And we're live.
So Oregon is talking about legalizing magic mushrooms. If they do that, will you incorporate that into your show?
I'm actually not a psychedelic guy. I used mushrooms once in high school, and that's about it.
Have you tried DMT?
I'm not Joe Rogan.
Dude, Joe Rogan, I don't, what did I say earlier? I don't do beer. Like if that gives you a rough idea on where I am. But suddenly I'm like, this DMT stuff, apparently it's going to make me twice the man I was before. It'll open my mind and keep it that way.
And you got to eat elk meat because it'll make you more aggressive.
Yeah, that's a big
like,
reason. If I could get some elk meat, some bone broth, and some DMT, I'd be
go full keto.
I'd be ready to go.
And you don't just want a kettlebell. You want to spend 3 times as much on the same weight kettlebell so that you can slam the uncomfortable monkey face into your shoulder every time you do a clean. Yeah. Have you seen that like gif of Joe with like the 2 chimp things? He's like, and like I'm not
that was a good
personal
Joe Rogan
trainer.
face.
Dude.
I'm not a personal trainer, but even looking at that, I'm like, that is bad form.
I'm the same way, but I feel like I'm not built like the sort of guy who can fuck with Joe Rogan's form. Like, whatever. He's Joe Rogan.
I feel like he might be able to get a little bit of cheatery in with form with things like that because of his increased recovery.
Size.
Yeah.
Oh,
And it's not just your muscles. It's every tendon. It's every ligament. All that stuff is improved with steroids.
But he also, to be fair, he's definitely putting on a show in that because it's being filmed and everything. Like he probably is more calm and collected, I would think.
That's true. He might not want to grab like this 20 pounders and be like, look how great these are.
Yeah.
Right.
Just
No,
squirrel's face on it.
I definitely think like with the whole like psychedelic community and mushroom, I think I actually upset someone a couple of weeks ago talking about this in like an Instagram live stream. But especially with like I've been focusing a lot on just like we're using drugs when we smoke weed, and people try to be like, oh man, it's a natural plant, dude. Like we operate in these like really ridiculous like anecdotes in the weed community, and it's all because like we haven't operated in science for so long. So we like the old heads obviously don't trust scientists at this point because they're like, man, they kept weed illegal forever, not understanding like the business side and the reason it was actually illegal for so long because people were like making money off different industries. But now like trying to get out of the anecdotal thing, I'm incorporating a lot of like mental health, especially in the fact that like there might not be physical effects of smoking a shit ton of weed for years and years and years and years, but it's not great mentally, as like we're kind of the test dummies, especially for like using dab rigs and like hitting oil and doing all these different forms that are so much higher in THC. Like we're almost like standardizing the fact that it's okay to sit around and hit like an oil rig all day and be like excessively high. And like for some people that actually is okay, as their job allows them to or their lifestyle allows them to. But for like a 16-year-old kid that's just getting into consumption, they don't really, if they're smoking weed at that age, first off, they're probably not in the best situation. So they're like looking up to like us like weed figures trying to like learn from us. And we're just like, smoke as much as you want, take like as many dabs as you want, and like leading them down a path of like not so great mental health. And then they're sitting there at some point like super depressed because they've been excessively smoking ridiculous amounts of weed for years, and they're like, fuck it, I'm gonna try psychedelics now. Like hop over to the psychedelics and start doing like massive amounts of mushrooms and start doing like LSD and stuff, trying to like regain the sanity that was taken from them instead of like actually trying to regain their mental health, which like psychedelics can give you great like help regaining mental health if you're trying to regain it and you're aware that you've lost it and you're using them as like supplemental tools to guide you through them, not just like taking drugs hoping that they help your brain.
Like when you vaporize that toad poison. Have you seen people vape toad venom?
Pipe first,
I don't think it's technically venom. Whatever the secretion is from those toads that's poisonous. Have you seen them vape that shit?
I know someone who's done that actually.
Kyle,
oh my god.
Toad venom is natural and therefore fine.
Dude, we watched that.
He's a very smart guy too, and like very well spoken.
I'll bet. I bet he probably speaks like at least
A
two
different
languages
language.
now.
He speaks in tongues.
English
Harry
and
Potter.
gibberish. Like he he communes with the toads at this point. He's
Unlock
one
the
of them.
secret level.
Dude,
Josh.
we watched a
That's actually
video.
not too far off.
We watched a video of someone vaping that toad secretion. Whatever, I don't think it's venom, is the toxin.
It's like
whatever
bile
it
or
is.
something. I don't know.
The toxin, whatever.
Gross.
And as soon as he hits it so hard, first of all, like he doesn't just take a little puff. Like he's like on a pebbly like side of a little creek, and there are people with him, and the guy's like heating up the rig or whatever, and it's got this this like glass vial of the toad shit, and he hits it so hard, it's just. And when he lets it out, it has already taken full effect. There's no delay. He's instantly. He goes, I love you guys. I love you. I love, and he starts rolling around in the creek, splashing and vomiting at the same time.
If he had done it alone, he would have died guaranteed.
Totally.
Because the guide responsibly gave it to him on a declined plane leading into a running creek, and immediately he falls in there. They're like holding his head out of it as he's vomiting. Like he. Oh, I can't imagine a less fun drug than that.